It's 7 o'clock. We're going to call this meeting to order. If you would please rise and do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Could you do roll call for us? Just go around the room.
Scarlett. Eric.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Cindy.
Here.
Cody.
Here.
Brian.
Here.
And Peanut isn't here.
He's attempting to get online, but I don't know if he'll be able to join us right now.
Okay.
The first thing we're going to address is the voter fraud. There is nothing that this board can do about voter fraud or about election fraud or about anything to do with the election. If there is a complaint about the way the election was held, if there is a complaint about judges, about watchers, about anything, I have talked extensively with Jerry Barber from Ordway. I have talked extensively with CML. It has to be sent to the Secretary of State in the form of a complaint. That is the only way it can be addressed. This board does not address that, and neither does anyone from the town. It has to be the outside source from the Secretary of State. So as far as I am concerned, number 4 is taken care of. If someone wants to file a complaint, absolutely file a complaint.
When are you doing the changes to the agenda, approval of minutes, and etc.?
We're not.
What about public comment?
We don't have public comment because this is a hearing meeting. So we'll move on to number 5 with new board members' appointments.
You can't. I'm sorry. You haven't canvassed your vote yet, and per Karen Goldman, who you and I have both spoken to, none of you are legally sitting until April 15th. So technically, the old board is still in charge. The sheriff's office knows as well. Everybody knows. So at this time, you guys probably need to step down and let the old board back on because you guys have not been properly sat until April 15th.
And I was told that as soon as Davita swears in, since she was the election official, that we were sworn in.
That's not legal. Sorry. I have the email
you know
from
what,
Karen.
Scarlett? It's all yours. You can have it.
John, you can take it.
Well, I requested public comment be added to the agenda for tonight.
Thank you for joining me, Karen. What was it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Get your little plug-in button.
But I'll need the real seat. Okay. We have that seat right there, John. Mark?
Mr. Clower?
I see Joni is on Zoom, or she was. There she is. Joni? Yeah, she's up there. I think she's trying to unmute her mic.
Just have to get a mic.
There you go. Are you aware of what just happened, ma'am?
Not really.
Okay. It has been determined that because the vote has not yet been canvassed, which means in order for the vote to be official, an independent party needs to verify the numbers of the votes. That's per the Secretary of State's office, per CML. That has not yet happened, which means as of yet, the council that was elected and will likely be in charge in a week or so is not yet officially in place. That means that the prior council has not yet been relieved, which means the prior council is still responsible and has the authority for what's going on.
Okay.
So you and the rest of us are at least temporarily back in place until the official canvassing has been done. The person to do that has been contacted, is that right, Vicki, out of Fowler?
Yes.
Okay, so that message was sent. We're not sure how quick they're gonna be available because as I understand it, that person was out of town or out of state for a funeral this weekend. But we're making an effort to get them in. I understand they're a very highly respected person out of Fowler, very, very active with the same activities in Mohana and Otero County. And we expect to have that vote, the canvassing done, and then it will be official. But as of this moment, it is not. Okay? Carlos? Gary?
To the agenda.
Are there changes to the agenda? Yes, there's several changes to the agenda.
Can you guys speak into the microphone so that people
Trying
in the
to.
back can hear you?
Yep, trying to. So, I know one of the changes that was requested was public comment.
I can't hear you.
I'm trying.
Clear up to you. Way up.
So I know one of the changes that was requested was public comment, so where should we put that? We're currently on between 3 and 4. Or do we consider 4 to have been handled, voter fraud?
4 has not been handled, so it would be right under 3.
Okay, so 3, first one, I guess we'll put down the public comment. Are there any other changes that we need to consider?
Revocation of our clerk's dismissal.
Revocation of the hearing for DeVita?
Of her dismissal. If they want to continue with the hearing later.
We can't
they
hear
can.
anything in the back.
Take the mic.
Yes, revocation of the dismissal of the clerk. If they want to continue with that when they seat in office, if they are willing to properly notify, then I'm fine with that, but it was not on the agenda, so it wouldn't have been legal anyway.
What other changes do we need to consider?
And then I would like to add trustee reports.
Trustee reports.
Is this an official council meeting then?
It still is, but it's under a different council. The original council, because the one that started up here was not yet official because the vote has not yet been canvassed. And until the vote is canvassed, until the amount of votes for each person is independently verified by a third party, that's what canvassing is. Once that's done, then it's official. That has not been done. And so the current council that came up here to start with is not officially in effect yet because the vote has not been completed yet. And it will be shortly, but at this moment, it is not.
Who has the votes?
The votes are locked up in the ballot boxes where they were at the end of Tuesday.
Who has the key?
I believe DeVita knows where the key's at because it's in the office. She has not had it at home. Okay, so we got
So you
public
need
comment.
so now you need to remove number 6, number 5, number 8, and number 7.
So that would be removal of new board members' appointment, removal of oath of office, removal of officers hearing in accordance with section 31-4-306, 307 CRS, and removal of appointment of interim clerk.
Correct.
Does anybody else have any other changes to discuss or entertain?
I think it's pretty important that we discuss the assault today on one of our residents by one of our potential board members too.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a trustee report.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so to discuss approval of the changes that have been proposed, and if anyone has an issue with any of them, say so, but the current proposition is adding
Why is the mayor not talking?
adding a public comment, revocation.
Here, the mayor or you, Martin?
Right now, I'm reading this, and we can hand it over to the mayor. But why should he finish what I've already started?
He's gonna do it.
We can't hear you.
Well, you can hear me, and the mayor just said I was going to finish this portion. Adding a public comment, revocation of the hearing for Ms. Moreland, trustee reports being added back in, the removal of new board members' appointment, the removal for tonight for oath of office because we've already taken the oath, removal of officers hearing in accordance with 31-4-307, and the removal of the appointment of an interim clerk. Is that an agreement? Is that approved?
Yes.
Okay, I make a motion to approve those.
Motion made by Brian, seconded by
Scarlett.
Scarlett?
Scarlett. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Mr. Mayor?
Public comment.
So the next up would be public comment. Since we have not all signed in. Good. We had the thing to read.
Public comment?
Scarlett, do you have the thing to read? Public comment?
Yeah, do we have?
No, I have a trustee report.
Aren't we
Well, not
messing up
there
because we haven't even taken roll call again?
That's fair enough. We can certainly take roll call again. I think that's appropriate.
Would you call the meeting to order again?
What?
We need to call the meeting to order officially under this bill.
Okay. I guess that now we're calling the Thursday town meeting to order at 10 after 7 on 4/8/24.
What's next, man?
Roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Okay, we're going to roll call then, yeah. Scarlett,
Here.
Mark. Here. And I'm here myself, John, and Jones on Zoom. Brian.
Yeah.
Gary. Here. And Vicky's present.
Okay, so roll call is done, so the next thing would be public comments. If
Okay,
anybody,
do we have anybody for public comment?